gonna be a huge rant. We're just going to try and make it as normal. But anyways, this is a rant about coronavirus. Anyways, enjoy. The coronavirus. How to be one of the worst things to ever exist. First off, he gets people sick and they could die. This is why everyone is not getting tired of this. Covid-19 ruins everything. 1. We have to shut down everything. It means that we are not allowed to go like restaurants, bars, pubs, shopping malls and all the fun things. 2. They also have to shut down school. 3. It started off in the city of Wuhan in China, then spanned other parts of China. Then it got spread all over the world, including the US. On January 20, 2020, the first confirmed case was in Kirtland, suburban Seattle. On January 31, Donald Trump did a travel ban on China. Even though it was good, but then while China keeps getting worse, it continues to go around the world. By late February, China slows down. But then epicenters begin to shift to another countries like France, Italy, Spain, all of them skyrocketing. Become the new epicenter. And Donald Trump didn't know that the virus was also coming from Europe. By March 1 we confirmed our first death, and in a second if the next day then 6 deaths on March 3, and then the next day 11 people died. And then the warriors more, and then cases now begin to skyrocket and now doubling now fast in the US. By late March, New York City and New York State has overtaken both Seattle and Washington in COVID cases and deaths, becoming the epicenter of the US, and they keep doubling. On March 16, San Francisco became the first city to go on lockdown. The same thing when Paris and France went on lockdown. New York City and New York State has overtaken both Seattle and Washington in COVID cases and deaths, becoming the epicenter of the US, and they keep doubling. On March 16, San Francisco became the first city to go on lockdown. The same thing when Paris and France went on lockdown. Also, what's worse, on March 13 that schools announced that they're shutting down the doors. I was kind of been happy to take a break from the stress, but some people were upset until April 7. And then later, school closing extended to May. By April, fall school got cancelled for the rest of the year. Our used to talk quarantine was a good idea there, and the first week was good, the second week was okay, but by the third week people were already struggling. And then we had to do school online, which is stupid, totally stressed. More people have more mental health issues, domestic violence rises. And YouTube is very strict on COVID on YouTube videos. I don't care if this video gets to monetize, I just want to explain this and have my freedom of speech. But YouTube is a hypocrite, they're letting some people get monetized for it. And then lives have been lost. And then by April, Live was the worst we ever took, and everywhere else including Italy. Why are you? New York begins to bend the curve, the rest keeps rising. But then they begin to plateau and stabilize, and then by mid-May some states begin to reopen. But infections went down until in June. Infections begin to skyrocket in the US again and peak again in July. Also known as a summer surge. Especially in states like Florida and Texas and more. And now it's November and we're dealing with a second or third wave for the fall-autumn-winter wave, and now it's November and we're dealing with a second or third wave for the fall-autumn-winter wave. We just hit and passed 10 million cases of grim milestone. No, not a country comes close, but only India and Brazil. With a few million behind. And then you also have to wear a face mask, even though I'm okay wearing a face mask, but there's some people that don't like it, especially the Karens. We had riots during these times. As of November 2020, the US is averaging over 100,000 cases in a day. And Donald Trump doesn't really care that much. He cares about the economy, I kind of understand. It's so hard to make these decisions. And last and final, and this is one of the reason why 2020 is ruined, given people stress losing their jobs and losing their minds. I hope this virus ends soon. Do you know what likes this virus? Ebola, Spanish flu, Black Plague, swine flu. They all like because they like to do the exact same thing. Do you know who hates this virus? The whole world. Fuck coronavirus. Fuck Black Friday along with 2020. Mr. Beast is always going to be entertaining. YouTube in 1 trillion times better than me breast.